Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and we are finally going to get started on our first project. Recently I just made some of these sliced agates into these cool little pendants. You can do two chains here and then like a chain here, or you can do something like this where it's just one chain. So these are the ones that I've already made. And then I'm going to show you how I did it. So we'll just start with simple ones. First off, you need a alcohol wipe or just alcohol. Usually one of these wipes work for my whole project. So I usually use like one a day, and they're just convenient, but you can do it however you want. But you do want to make sure to wipe them down with alcohol. Anything you're working with, wipe it down with alcohol to make sure that there's no like dirt or residue or grease or oils or whatever. Like there, anything that could cause the copper tape not to stick to it. You want to make sure to get it all wiped down. So I always wipe down first. And then because it's just a little wipe, it usually dries pretty quickly. And then I just set it aside. And I always wipe everything down first so that you're not, wasting, because it'll dry out. Anyway, okay, let's get started. So first of all, I am using copper tape. I just tore this off so it's easy to see because I have all my tape rolls over here. But I'm just using the smallest one that I have. I have different sizes. This one just seems to work for me for this project. But you can do wider edges. It just depends on how wide you want to come up with your metal. So let's get started on wrapping. Just want to wrap around the edges, make sure it's even as possible. You don't want it to look like all sloppy. It broke, which happens. Just try to get it as close to where you stopped as possible. You don't really want to layer it, if possible, because then it has more of surface area to come up. So you want it to be as single taped as possible. I mean, not to say that you can't layer it. I have before when I really needed to, but I try not to. So, this. Get on there. See, it met like right here, but it's a little weird. There we go. Get that on there. And then make sure it's on real good. I usually start with one edge and then set it down. And what you can use is a burnishing tool. I have this. It came with one of my tapes I got, but sometimes I use like a well, I make candles too, but you can use a popsicle stick, or even I use my little files. I'll use this and the little rubber backing and burnish with it. I love using these. But for right now, we're just going to use an actual burnishing tool. Well, I'm going to use my fingers first. Just make sure it's on there real good. You want to make sure that it is really on there, which is why we also did the alcohol, because it helps the tape stick very well, because there's nothing, keeping it from sticking. No oils or any weird stuff. I like using the rubber because it really grabs onto it. Okay. It is taped all the way around. And just make sure it's very burnished, because if you do not get this on there, all the way, it will come up and fall apart. We don't want that. Ta-da! We have one done. Let's go ahead and get soldering. Let me turn on my iron. And I will say that you can't hear me because I'm going to have my respiratory mask and I'm going to have my fan going. So it's going to be like just kind of watch what I do and good luck. But it'll still be pretty cool. You can see what I'm doing pretty clearly. I will have my flux here, my brush, and then, yeah, I use gloves to get those going. You don't want to get flux all over you. And I always use my respiratory mask. I always put a mask on underneath that because it makes my skin break out even when I clean it. I guess just like the silicone with the oils in my face. So I always just cover my face and then cover it again. And I'm about to start the video and you're not going to be able to hear me. Okay, we've made it to the end. I just got done washing this up with baking soda and Dawn dishwashing detergent to clean all the flux and all the, you know, gunk off. And now it's super shiny. I have to apologize because that video was a little painful. I just got new soldering tips and that tip was not cooperating with me. And sometimes it just be that way. So it was a little bit difficult to do my spikes, but we got it to go. And the next time I solder with it, it should be a little bit easier. I don't know why it's like that for me. I don't know if anybody else has that problem, but every time. Anyway, we've got this done. It's cute. Can add it to the little collection. And I'm going to do a little wax job. I usually use this. I use Renaissance wax. And I just polish it with a polishing cloth, hand polished. And it seals it. And then, ta-da, done. Thank you so much for watching, and you know, we got it done. The spikes were being difficult, but we showed it who's boss. On to the next. So now we have this whole cute collection. Oh, it's upside down. Alright, so now we have like this whole cute collection. Yay.